Viewers, in today's video, we'll talk about Ibrahim Traoré's astonishing plan that stunned experts around the world and has sparked debate everywhere. The plan is about rabbits. Yes, Traoré released 1.2 million rabbits into the desert of his country at once. But the question is, why was this step taken? Why have the world's top specialists fixed their attention on it? And will this decision transform Burkina Faso's fate or throw it into fresh trouble? We'll find out in today's video. So watch till the end, because this is going to be a very interesting story. Recently, Ibrahim Traoré, president of Burkina Faso, made an extraordinary announcement. Standing in front of the media in the capital Ouagadougou, he said it was time to change the fate of the nation's land and deserts. Then, to everyone's astonishment, he declared that they would release 1.2 million rabbits into the desert. The announcement immediately sparked debate at home and abroad. Some called it an improbable environmental experiment. Others criticized it as a dangerous interference with nature. But Traoré's expression was full of conviction. According to him, this was not merely a rabbit release project. It was the beginning of a wider revolution. The truth is that Burkina Faso's agricultural regions have long suffered from drought, soil degradation, and desertification. Fields have gone barren, the soil has hardened, and trees have nearly vanished. Villages are emptying as people head for cities in search of work and water. Traoré understood that if this trend was not halted, large parts of Burkina Faso would become uninhabitable within a few decades. That's why he and his environmental advisors devised an unusual plan. Under the plan, a large stretch of desert will be designated as an environmental zone and stocked with millions of rabbits. Rabbits, by their natural behavior, burrow and loosen the soil, allowing air and moisture to penetrate. This activity can turn hardened, barren earth back into arable land. Traoré explained the rationale behind his idea. Around the world, when people try to reclaim degraded land, they often rely on modern agricultural machinery, expensive tractors, and heavy engineering. Machines like these are often used to till the soil deep down to its roots, breaking the hardened earth and turning it soft again. But such efforts cost millions of dollars, something wealthy nations can afford, but for a struggling state like Burkina Faso, it's nothing more than a dream. The country already faces food shortages, electricity crises, and a lack of basic facilities. In such conditions, spending huge sums on heavy machinery would mean ignoring the urgent needs of the people. That's why Ibrahim Traoré chose a different path, one where nature itself would do the work, and humans would only need to create the right conditions. After consulting with environmental experts, it was decided that rabbits, creatures that naturally dig burrows and tunnels beneath the ground, could be the perfect helpers. Wherever rabbits live, they create intricate underground pathways that loosen the soil, allow air and moisture to reach deeper layers, and improve the flow of groundwater. Within just a few years, the same land that is now hard as stone could become soft, fertile, and ready for crops again. Traoré explained that if this task were done with machines, they might have been able to rehabilitate only a few kilometers of land. But with rabbits, the work could be done at a much larger scale, naturally and at a fraction of the cost. The money saved from this project, he said, would be used to build water reservoirs, plant trees, and create new jobs for local people, ensuring that the environment improves and people's lives get better at the same time. According to Traoré, this plan isn't just about reviving the land, it's also about supporting the nation's economy. And if successful, Burkina Faso could become self-sufficient in food production within a few years. This idea wasn't just a dream, it was built on real scientific research. Traoré said he had studied similar experiments conducted in other countries where releasing specific animals helped restore barren lands and bring greenery back. But what made this plan unique was that Traoré was about to test this model in one of the harshest desert regions of Africa. His goal wasn't only to heal the soil, but also to empower local communities. Thousands of people would be employed to care for the rabbits, monitor the zones, plant vegetation, and manage water systems. Local villages were also promised that, in the future, they would be allowed to cultivate crops on this revived land. A portion of their harvest would then be purchased by the government and added to national food reserves. Traoré announced that these rabbits would be released across 100,000 hectares of desert, of which only 5% currently shows any vegetation. The rest is nothing but endless sand. But the goal is that within just 5 years, Traore's goal is to make at least 80% of this vast desert land cultivable again. When this announcement was made, many experts were stunned. Some Western media outlets dismissed it as a political showpiece rather than a realistic plan. But for the people of Burkina Faso, this project has become a symbol of hope, a fight for survival itself. Traore explained that this initiative would not only restore environmental balance, but also help replenish the country's water reserves. As the soil becomes softer and more absorbent, rainwater will stay in the ground for longer periods. This will raise the water table, refill dried-up wells, and gradually transform the landscape. His vision is that one day these once barren lands will bloom again, producing fruits, vegetables, and animal feed, ultimately making Burkina Faso self-sufficient in food production. But there's another dimension to this plan that few are talking about: its social impact. Ibrahim Traoré has designed this project not only as an environmental mission, but also as a program for community participation. In the desert zones where the rabbits are being released, local villagers are being given active roles. Some are tasked with monitoring the rabbits, others manage the water reserves, and many take care of the newly growing plants. This not only creates thousands of jobs, but also gives people a sense of ownership and connection with their land. Traoré believes that when people witness the land transforming through their own hands, their bond with it grows stronger, and they become more determined to protect it. Moreover, this initiative serves as a living training ground for Burkina Faso's youth, teaching them about sustainable agriculture, ecological preservation, and innovative natural methods of development. Traoré is confident that within a few years, this model will inspire other African nations to adopt similar nature-based solutions, avoiding expensive machinery and wasteful spending. Thus, what began as a small experiment in one of Africa's poorest nations could soon turn into a continental movement. Still, one critical question remains: can this truly work? Managing millions of rabbits, protecting them from predators, and ensuring the soil transformation succeeds are monumental challenges. Only time will tell whether this bold experiment will thrive or fail. But one thing is certain: this project is the biggest environmental gamble in Burkina Faso's history. And if it succeeds, it won't just change the land. It will change the destiny of the entire nation. Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think this incredible plan will work? Don't forget to like and share this video so more people can join the conversation, and subscribe to the channel with the bell icon so you never miss our next story.